microphone. Up to you guys. All right, welcome everyone. Please have a seat. We will be starting now. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. This is the Hackathon project's presentation. Thanks for joining us. Before I get started, I'd like to thank our judges. We have 5 great judges on stage here, which I'll introduce to you guys. Our first judge, Colfax from GitPoApp. Our second judge, Torsten from Crypto Manufacturer. Our third judge, Mentor from PoApp. Our fourth judge is Stefan from Sterium. And our last judge is Terence from Prismatic Labs. Awesome. So we'll go through this procedure of how we're going to do this. We'll give you each project about 4 minutes, and we'll go in the order that you guys registered. And so since the SSV team has some other stuff to do, we'll give them the first spot. But I'd like to give our first project their time. Every project is going to have like about 4 minutes, and we'll have 1 question for the judge. So judges, if you want to ask 1 question per project, so whoever wants to ask first or whoever thinks has the best question, just go ahead. You have 3 mics, so you should be able to share between yourself. All right, let's get started with the first one. The first one is SSV on AVADO.
All right. Hello. Okay, so quickly about us. We're mostly from the AVADO team, and we decided for the hackathon to try to integrate an SSV network client on our platform. So first of all, a small introduction on AVADO. What we sell actually on a website is a pre-configured box on which you can stake. So it's pretty much a plug-and-play staking node. It also comes with lifetime automatic updates for the software, so it's super convenient for the user. And we also have what we call a dApp store, where all these packages are presented to our users. We have the no CLI approach, so we want to make it easy for everybody who's also non-technical to be able to run a validator node themselves. From today, we have about 2,000 devices in the market. So we have a pretty large user base. So if we put an application in our dApp store, there's a chance that it gets picked up. So what is our vision basically for the AVADO ecosystem together with the SSV network? So currently, most of the AVADO users are all solo stakers. So they run an execution client, they run a beacon chain client, and they run a validator. We also support client diversity, so we have different implementations of all these layers. What we wanted to do now on the hackathon is try to replace the validator so that these existing solo stakers have the opportunity to ditch out their validator and replace it with an SSV network validator for increasing redundancy, decentralization, and as an extra incentive, earn these SSV tokens as a reward from the network. So it's kind of you scratch your back, you scratch my back. So even these existing validators that are currently doing this, they can start collaborating with each other. So it would create some network effects, both for the SSV network and AVADO. So in our case, we think it's a win-win. What have we exactly built for the hackathon? On the side of user experience and convenience, we have a package that will allow all AVADO's users to run an SSV node. And also we built a small wizard, so a small demo. You also see all the technologies that we've used. So we did some engineering. And now let's try to give a quick demo. So what you see here is actually the user interface. So I'm connected to an AVADO that's at my home in Belgium right now, so I'm connected through a VPN. And so we actually built this package. So this is the SSV node on the AVADO. It's already installed right now. If I go to configure this package, this is a wizard that we built specifically now during the hackathon for the AVADO SSV client. So the first thing we will do is an onboarding. So we can register our SSV nodes, as we have an integration with MetaMask, so I can connect my wallet like this. So then he automatically fills in my node address. He also created a pub key. So in the background, I will show that later if there's still time. So this pub key is actually, so the client, the SSV client is already running in the background now in this package. And so the pub key is actually the pub key from what he generated. So now I can just give it a name and I can register it. Now obviously this doesn't, it's not completed yet. Second part that we created in the wizard is a split function, so to split your key. So you need to upload your validator key, and then it gets split out in different chunks. So I can quickly take one of these keys, and if I drop it here, it will split it here. So that's sort of the thing that we built for the hackathon. So let me quickly also show here in my running dApps. Here, that you can actually see we're not faking it. So here in these logs, you can see that it's actually, so it's the SSV client that's actually running. All right, so far for the demo. So how can we sort of innovate for that SSV experience? So I think on the side of the operators, so this is the first group in the SSV ecosystem, we can offer now an easy onboarding and registering of the SSV nodes. So there's no CLI involved. Yeah, needs to stop, okay. And so for the validators, we have other stuff. You can see the result here, so thank you.
Awesome. Do we have a question from the judges?
Hi, this is great, and I love the memes, everything you put together. I had a question with just SSV in general. Like, did you just implement the SSV itself, or you just use any open source library out there? Yeah.
Yeah, so our product runs on Docker. So SSV Network, they already provide a Docker container, so it's pretty easy for us to just like use that container and then add all the rest of the stuff. So we added like an Nginx to serve these web pages, and we built a React app, which was part of the demo. So I don't know if that answers your question, but so yeah.
Awesome. Please give it up for SSV on AVADO. I will be calling the next project on stage, eve2.tax. If you guys are here, please move up and come on.
It's going to be fun. Does it do anything? No. Okay, kind of does something. Nothing yet? Yeah, okay, here it is. Yeah, so eve2tax, it's a website for validators where you can put in your validator index and it calculates your tax in whatever currency or your rewards in whatever currency you want for whatever time you want. So that's a running website. And then you get, here at the bottom, you get the number out, your total income in US dollar. You can look at the validator specific details. So this is pre-existing. This is done by someone else called Luca. Has been online for 1 year now. And what we are doing, we try to extend it. So I used it for my taxes 2 months ago, so it was quite convenient. And then I thought like, this can be done, or this can be improved. So came up with some ideas. Okay, we not only have Ethereum mainnet nowadays, we have the Gnosis chain. It's not supported since half a year more or less. We have rocket pool validators where the rewards are split. So we have to do that. And then some various other ideas like the UI generally was not so nice. So it's a pre-existing code. So we built upon a very good software engineer. Took us some time to understand what he does and to more or less judge which extension is doable within a few hours. Took us more than 2 hours to understand what we actually can do. So, and what we've done until now, or on my side, is we have a little switch between Gnosis chain, Ethereum, that's just UI, but it goes a bit further down to JavaScript code, down to the backend, which is in Python. The only thing missing at the moment is the whole database for the Gnosis chain, so the whole scraping, and also the connection to an external Gnosis chain node is missing at the moment. So that's from that side. And now we switch over to the guys with the rocket pool addition to it.
So yeah, the other idea was to have a rocket pool validator automatically recognized by the system. So one person can just put the list of his validators, and it's automatically detected the rocket pool ones, and the rocket pool commission rate is grabbed, and then in this case the rewards are considering the half owned by the staker, and the other half considering the commission rate. And we had like some people from the public saying, yeah, you have to do this manually, please release it. And we had some problems, but like at least it's able to check it and calculate the rewards. So yeah, good stuff.
Awesome, thanks. So maybe our judges will have a question about this one.
So for the implementation of the rocket pool nodes, I saw a list of to-dos. Did you implement all of them?
No. The problem is that the problem is that we have plans to implement them. For the moment, we are using beaconchain.in API to grab the data, but the plan is also to be able to grab it from a local beacon chain node, and we didn't have time to run all of it during this hackathon, because in the actual site is having a database that's automatically updating all the validators' balances each epoch and then grabbing it from the request. And so the plan is then to have a node with all the functionalities.
All right, please give it up for E2.tax.
Thank you.
I'll be asking the next project team, open source data analytics of Ethereum staking pools. If you guys are here, please come up on stage. I guess they're not here.
I don't think they committed code, so I think they may have silently dropped out.
You said they take the mic and tell us, yeah.
I don't think they committed code. I checked at like 4 or 5 and there was nothing in the repo.
So maybe they just bailed out. All right.
They bailed.
All right, we'll go to the next project team. GameDAO, if you want to come up on stage. This is a staking related project, but they won't be part of the competition because they did not meet all the rules. But we'll still let them have their 4 minutes.
4, so nice. I thought you...
Okay, so this is the first time we're presenting this, so the quality of the presentation does not necessarily represent the quality of the project. There we go. Okay, can we... Oh, there we go. Duplicates. Cool. Okay, so thank you all for this opportunity. We are GameDAO, and we interpret this day as a staking event. So we built a staking pool where you can join, and your Ethereum is used as collateral on traditional finance markets. We looked at what are current existing problems, which might be a burden or, let's say, a barrier for users to compete in staking and to be included. Mainly accessibility for them in a safe way to do so, and to be able to scale if they want to add more to their, let's say, wealth and earnings. Our personal motivation is that we want to provide an alternative for financing, in the sense that we want to get funding basically from traditional finance into the hands directly of the consumers. Also to, well, empower the community, which doesn't have, not always needs or has business models for their projects, to enable more open source development. So we decided to gather a team. This is us right now. Elliot is, we were always missing where he is. Currently we presume he's here, but we'll find out where he is later. And we decided to build GameDAO, which is the current website we made, to make it as easy as possible with the goal of one-click staking, basically. So you stake, you get a certificate in return as a token, which you can use on the aftermarket to swap, or you can return it into the pool to get your stakings out of it, including your profits. So this became GameDAO as a project. We tested our results for a year first to see if there are any returns. There were, so that was for us the reason to start building the actual staking contracts, which became this schematic. And we have, as you can see, a staking contract, which we call a distribution contract, because you get a token in return, which is your proof of staking, and a harvesting contract as an unstaking contract to get them out again. The stakings are gathered in a multi-signature pool wallet, which is then used as collateral for brokers on traditional finance markets. So we use a broker now which is active on the Forex market. We had ourselves tested, of course, for this staking contract. We're currently developing the unstaking contract, the implementation of KYC. So we asked the implementation provider for KYC of the Chivo wallet of El Salvador to build this for us. We did it together, and this is the current performance since we did our first test with the group. There's a little over 100 ETH in the pool right now since well, January, and it's been running well. And yeah, we're mainly testing our, let's say, our UI as well, to how can we make it as easy and intuitive as possible. So these are just some iterations right now which we're using. And that's what we also want to get feedback on from everyone, and how can we make it as easy as possible to join. So, oh yeah, and we're adding the voting opportunity for the community as well. So for all the holders, they can co-participate in what we want to add as features for their project, including new DAI pools and B2C pools in addition for them to diversify their portfolio. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one question, which is who runs the staking nodes?
Well, you mean in this case, what you do is you, sorry.
Yeah, where's the Ethereum actually getting staked? Who does the actual staking?
Yeah, that's why there was this misunderstanding, because we're not taking part of the staking on Ethereum. We're staking Ethereum in a wallet, which is then recognized as collateral, so that you can use it on the open market, as in this case, the Forex market. So it's in a multi-signature wallet, and which is controlled by the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get your? So I guess the larger question is, where are your gains coming from?
From the trading on the open market between Forex pairs, we have different pool managers.
Got it.
Oh, they're not. Yeah, who are allowed to run a 6-month test to see if they can provide at least 3 to 6% returns on average on the open market, and then with a maximum drawdown of 20%. And if they pass that, they're allowed a part of the share of the pool to grow it for the users. That's the idea.
Thank you for the clarification.
Okay.
Thank you. Please give it up for GainDAO.
Oh, and we're handing out whitelist passes this week, so find me.
So our next project team is going to be Staker Notifiers. So you guys are here, right? So please come up on stage and get yourself set up.
I don't know, maybe just not to wait. I will start with the idea. What is it we want to solve? What is the problem? So basically, during last 2 days, we were discussing a lot with solo stakers and people who just following the decentralized ideas. And some of them were asking, like, how is it we can get notified where like something bad happens to our validators while we are, like, you're not always at home or in an area where it's like, internet and everything is working. And our idea how to support these people in the decentralized manner is to set up an open source notifier project which will basically check out if attestations are missed, or in our case, we just managed to implement that drop of the balance for a validator, and then it will send not an email, because you might not be able to read it, but SMS instead. And the idea, so like you can run it on your own machine, which you already have, because you should run validator and beacon node and maybe something else. And you also might want to keep privacy from beacon chain and don't want them to know what are your validators. So this idea we tried to solve in a couple of hours today. And for the SMS services, we used Twilio. We are not linked to Twilio, so it's not an advertisement.
Cool. Hi, my name is Jimmy. I'm from SDX. So I'm going to run this demo now. So this notifier tool allows you to configure a list of pub keys. And initially, we wanted to have an API so people can add or remove pub key from the ones that they're interested in. But we didn't manage to implement that. So right now, that's the list of pub key is just in a configuration file. So it's just an array of pub keys. So right now, we have one validated node that we are running in Prata, and that's down. So if I start this tool now, it should poll the beacon node, and whenever the balance drops, then we'll get SMS. So the default configuration that we have is to poll this every epoch. But now, for the purpose of demo, I'm going to reduce it down to maybe 10 seconds. So it's going to look at the most recent epoch and the previous epoch and see if the balance of the validators has dropped. Right now, we have one validator, and this is the one on the right-hand side. And if I run this now, it's going to start polling every 10 seconds. So now it's reduced, the balance is reduced, so he's going to get an SMS.
Yeah, and the SMS is delivered to my phone. So
if you want to...
Because it has a timestamp as well, and it's next one.
Do you want to show on the screen? On the camera?
Oh, nice.
Yeah? So it gives you the pub key as well, but I don't know how many we're going to send. But right now, I'm just going to stop this because we don't have any configuration to not spam the user. Right now, it just polls every 10 seconds. So he's just going to keep getting SMS. So I've stopped this now, but that's it. I think, what else? Anything I missed?
And then one last thing is that our idea, obviously, to improve it, maybe like some other providers, not only Twilio, and like, to open source it, so anyone can wrap it in Docker or whatever, and then it can be started together with the rest of your setup. And then you can go with your burner phone somewhere to Switzerland. I'm also from Switzerland. So, and spend your is there. Okay?
Cool. Awesome.
Thanks, and God bless stakers.
Yeah. Before you guys go, do you have any questions for these guys?
So when you're thinking about continuing on this project, like what alerts do you think are most useful to send to people?
Alerts, so basically, like initial idea is the main things that people are caring about most. So balance drop and some slashing events. But if you'll find out eventually how to identify that your attestation it doesn't work. Also maybe this is an event and then a happy event when block is proposed, but I think it's after the merge.
Yeah, actually, originally we started with looking at misattestation and misproposals. And we look at the Beacon API, and it's something that we never worked with, so it took us a while to understand. So we started with copying the code from the Beacon Chain Explorer guys, and we thought, oh, that's too complicated. I don't think we can finish it, so that's why we went with the balanced approach, and then also that would cover scenarios like misproposal and other scenarios as well.
Awesome, thanks.
Thank you.
Please give it up for Staker Notifier. Our next project team is F-Monitor. Are they here? F-Monitor. Is this our second project who's gonna bail out on us? Seems like so. I guess they're not here. All right, so let's move to the next team then. Clientversity. I think they're in the back. There you go. Please come on stage.
No se ve nada, ¿eh? No. Oh, there he is. That's it. Hey, everyone. Well, we are at Clientversity, and here to treat the topic of the day, that is client diversity. As we all know and have seen numerous times discussed in Twitter, mainly, and your daily forums, client diversity is far from optimal today. So there are two ways to measure client diversity. One is one that we are already familiar with, and there are some tools regarding the each node that is running supporting running the validators, and the other is the client that's running on the validators itself. So this is you might see the threads done by Michael Sproul on how to measure client diversity. We basically taken that data and displayed it as a pie chart. This is going to be uploaded every time the data source is uploaded. This has a little bit of delay regarding the current epoch. But as you can see, we are dividing it amongst the different clients, and you can see a time graph with with the different epochs and how has been like the diversity varying. And we have also like built a table for the, displaying that data particularly. We are relying on the data source provided by the API, but moving forward, what could be done is like polishing particularly that data source and trying to forecast what would be like the increasing client diversity or detecting the source of like these different clients to ensure that we get to optimal client diversity. That would be like less than 33%, like or less for each of the clients. So we avoid like catastrophic consequences that we've seen happen in the past. So yeah, this is our project. I can hear you nonetheless.
Yeah, but I still need the mic so everybody can hear me. How exactly do you scrap that data?
So the data is taken from the API that is exposed by Microsoft, but well, from Prismatic Labs. But how they are calculating this is by using the fingerprints. So it's not like it's more of a statistical method and not like something like very exact, but by using the signatures of the attestations for each validator. So you infer that it's from a particular client. It's not 100% accurate. Maybe like with some deeper statistical work, and that is why we also like mentioned about like polishing the data source to have like more accurate metrics. But this has around, according to what was mentioned, around 80% of accuracy, depending on the client. For Prism is for Lighthouse is exact, but for the others it's not that like not pinpointed. But it's something that can be iterated on. So that's why we talked about like polishing the data source to have like accurate data. But nevertheless, we at least from our side, we feel like it's a good north to like start like looking into this and taking like the data into account.
All right, please give it up for Clientversity. And that was our last demo for this project presentation. We will be compiling our results, and we originally planned on announcing the winners at 5:30 p.m., but we might do that maybe sooner because like we didn't have as many projects as we expected, but maybe yeah, at 5 we'll announce the winners if that's fine with you guys. And so just hang around and we'll get back to you.
Thank you, Remy.
Thank you.
home.
Start on the homepage. And then I'll
If you want it, you can use it and show you yourself. No problem.
I'll just talk to you.
Okay.
Show that it's, yeah, I'm not doing any magic.
No problem.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Give it up for Nacho. So we're going to do a quick demo of Git POAP, and your Git POAPs are now officially mintable for your project. So anybody who contributed to any one of these, yeah. Any one of the hackathon projects gets a POAP to represent their contributions. And so as you can see here now, we have 24 projects, which is 6 more than we used to. So in order to mint, what you can do is first go to gitpoap.io, and you log in to your GitHub account in the top right here. You can see Nacho's already done that. And then you'll also connect your Ethereum address up here on the top. And Nacho, why don't you click View and Mint? And look, oh wow, you have a Git POAP.
Yeah, nice. And it has the project name.
Amazing. So, yeah. So we made this design specifically for the hackathon. It's kind of like the Devconnect logo with the inverted colors. Our designer, RV, who might be somewhere around here, did that, and we put everybody's project name. And so each project is getting their own customized POAP for it. And the way you mint is you just click Mint. And you'll sign a transaction, and it's not doing you'll sign a message, not a transaction. Totally free. POAP takes care of the minting costs, and there you go. Now it's minted.
Nice.
Now you can tweet about it. It's on Gnosis Chain /XI. Yep.
Already tweeted.
Woo! And so now if you close that out, you can head on over to your profile. You'll see in the top right. And you now will see in a second the transaction's still being processed, which we're working on, showing like currently minted, being minted Git POAPs, but it'll show up there shortly. There you go. And you can do other things, like you can feature your Git POAPs. You also have the rest of your POAP collection down here. And if you want to feature one, you just click this little heart right here, and it'll zoom it up to the top, but I won't, oops.
Sign it, no problem.
Perfect. And then you'll see here now it is featured. And you can configure some other information here. And yeah, so we were super excited. This is our first hackathon we've integrated at. Let us know if you have any feedback, and then also if you contributed to the project and somehow we missed you, let us know, and we will make sure that we don't make that mistake again, and we'll update our tools. So thanks.
So before I do the announcement for the winners, I'd like to thank a few people that helped us host this event. Like, there were so many great people we worked with, and like, it's such a huge effort to get it going, but like the staking gathering event would not have been possible without the help of our sponsors, of our partner, the Ethereum Foundation, the volunteers, the Ethereum crew, the people working for the venue, the catering company, the local event agency, the local AV production team, the remote live stream team, our speaker, our judges, our mentors, our panelists, and our quiz participant, and you, the attendees. So please give everyone a good round of applause for their work here. like it's very hard for us to describe how much effort all of this is. It takes a huge amount of talented people to host an event like this. For every faces that you see, there are dozens of like silent warriors working in the shadow, making it all happen. It's like a big community effort that we do for the community. So I just wanted to thank those people. So let's get going with the winner announcements. So in third place, the project team, which will be winning 2,000 USDC, is the team that showed us how to prepare ETH2 tags for the merge. It's you guys. So make sure you guys stay around. We'll try to get all your details before you leave, so that we can transfer those to you guys. In second position, which was very close to the first position, we have the Staker Notifier team, which is going to be winning 3,000 USDC. Please give them an applause. Yeah. And in first position, the team who won the competition is the SSV AVADO team. So please give them a huge round of applause. So this concludes our event. I hope you guys had fun, and maybe if you just want to hang around, we'll keep here. But we have to leave at 6 p.m. Because the venue closed. Thanks.
Is this still on? Just real quick, everyone. Sometimes the host can be a thankless position. I just want to give it up for Remy for keeping it on track this entire time and making it look very easy. So just a quick round for Remy.